Hello everyone and welcome back to the God Council. How are we all? Hopefully all of you are having a fantastic Friday wherever we are around the world. Welcome back to our match reaction to Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. Yes, a very nail-biting game, let's say, from the Reds tonight. Of course, we do have, some positives, some negatives. Let's not lie about it, of course. And look, they're all in between, of course. But look, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Liverpool do get 3 points to kickstart the Premier League season, but still a very, very mixed bag to discuss and talk about, of course. Let me know your guys' thoughts, of course, down in the comments. If you are new around here, please do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and of course, all of that good stuff as well. But the first thing that I do want to kickstart the show and discuss as well is, of course, Antoine Semenyo. And of course, I want to talk about the incident that happened to begin with. Is an incident that should never happen on a football field or anywhere around the world, of course. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, of course, allegedly, Antoine Semenyo suffered racist abuse after a racist comment from a fan, was taking a corner, of course. And look, the first thing you have to say is straight away, all of our thoughts are with him, because again, no person should put up with that. I think the club and all the players and obviously Arne Slot, and of course I think even Bournemouth's manager as well dealt with it correctly as well. I think Arne Slot spoke with Semenyo in length, I think in half-time and at full time as well. And of course now obviously they're trying to gather reports of what happened and so on as well. But first of all, our thoughts are with him. Again, look, one idiot and absolute stupid human being shouldn't ruin the opening day of the Premier League, and shouldn't ruin again everyone else's experience. I think again, Liverpool have even come out now with a statement saying Liverpool Football Club is aware of an allegation of a racist abuse during our Premier League game against Bournemouth, of course, and they've just brought out a statement in regards to that, as I'm seeing it on screen on Sky Sports as well. So look, our thoughts are with Semenyo and obviously everyone involved in that as well. And something you definitely don't want to see or hear about in the opening weekend of the Premier League, if not ever, of course. But again, no room for it in our game, of course. But speaking more about the football then, of course, Liverpool did obviously go on to win by 4-2. Obviously Liverpool making it very hard work for ourselves, haven't we? After being 2-0 up after Hugo Ekitike's goal, after Cody Gakpo's goal, and look, it looked all good, didn't it? And it looked all fine. And then Liverpool just decided to go, no, we don't want to defend and no more. We don't want to, we don't want to have just a chill game. We don't want to have a chill Friday night. No, we want to make everyone hate that second half in particular as well. But look, in an overall perspective, Liverpool are now 3 points. I should say 3 points ahead going into the Premier League season. Of course, nobody else has played, Connie, you idiot. But still, again, Liverpool getting 3 points on the opening day with very tough fixtures coming up as well. Look, it's a good start to the season, but of course, there are question marks around it, of course. Going forward, Liverpool look brilliant, but defensively, certainly Ibrahima Konate looks very, very shaky. And of course, we will dive into that, of course, and speaking a little bit about it, of course. But let me know your guys' thoughts, of course, down in the comments. Big up Cal as well, saying hello. Big up Hero as well, saying evening con. Can't wait to hear your reaction to the game. It was a very, very good game, wasn't it? Let's be honest, it was a very, very good, entertaining game for the Reds. And of course, obviously a lot of neutrals as well. Some people are tapped, yes, 100%. And look, obviously now it is fully with the with Merseyside Police as well. So of course, the club have 100% done the right thing, and of course he was kicked out straight away as well, which was good to hear as well. But big up Rye as well. Some game that perfect start to the Premier League season. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it's boss having the football back, isn't it? And that's the thing where, look, I've missed football. I've missed talking about football. Of course, it's nice to talk about transfers every single day and talk about, ins and outs and so on. But again, seeing the lads on the pitch was absolutely brilliant as well. But at 2-0, I thought 5 or 6 as well. Well, we looked in cruise control, didn't we, at one point? And then we made substitutions that, again, you do have to criticize Arne Slot a little bit because, again, look, he made changes against Crystal Palace. It didn't work out. Made changes again tonight. We suffered a lot from them as well. So, look, even though at the moment Liverpool, of course, look absolutely amazing, and of course we can be very happy with Liverpool's current situation. I've just realised my collar's absolutely messed up. We can understand that, of course, Liverpool will look amazing at times, but you do have to criticise Liverpool defensively. Palace, and now again tonight, of course, we are missing players. We're missing Ryan Gravenberch, which I think for me is a massive, massive miss. I think we clearly can see it from Liverpool's team that we do lack, something there when Ryan Gravenberch isn't available, which again we should really look at the transfer market. But still, I think that is something that we look at next summer. But still, I think obviously now, hopefully with Ryan Gravenberch coming back into the team next week from suspension, hopefully we will start to see obviously a lot of change, and obviously Liverpool looking a lot more solid in midfield as well, I would say personally as well. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Cal says top of the league, Liverpool top of the league as well. Yeah, absolutely. At least until tomorrow anyway. But need Gahey to put Canate under pressure, mate? Yeah, absolutely. And I think he will absolutely put him under pressure. I think even, if we got a fit and firing Joe Gomez, I think that puts Ibu under pressure, really, because tonight he looked awful, and he did. I think the first half in particular, and we'll talk obviously a bit about certain players now. First half, for me, I think obviously that the shining light of the game, Hugo Ekitike. Look, I've said it to you guys for the longest period of time. If Liverpool cannot go and get Alexander Isak, we should go and get Hugo Ekitike. I've said it to you since probably since January, that Liverpool should go and get Hugo Ekitike, and we've seen it already how good he is. Of course, he's just been on Sky Sports talking about how he himself can get a lot better, and he can. That's a few things, but what we are seeing with the small sample sizes already for Hugo Ekitike, look, he is going to be a superstar for Liverpool. And even if we do sign Alexander Isak, still, again, Hugo Ekitike is not going to stop developing because he is so good in this Liverpool team. And look, getting a goal and an assist tonight, again, I absolutely love to see it from him as well. I thought he was an outstanding player tonight. Of course, he could even be Liverpool's man of the match, unless your name is Federico Chiesa, which we'll talk about a bit later on. But no, in all jokingness, for me, Hugo Ekitike is man of the match. For me, I don't know about you guys as well. I thought he was excellent tonight. And when he got taken off, I think you did see, when he got taken off, you could see again Liverpool playing that double 10, and it didn't work. Again, we completely lost the foundations yet again. And maybe that might be because, again, we don't have a striker to naturally replace him, but still, we looked awful, when we went to the 4-2-4 again. So yeah, of course. And then Ibrahim Konate, Milos Kerkez, for me, anyway, I thought they were borderline awful in that first half, and then Konate second half just completely went downhill from there. Anyway, but Carl says Ryan fancy Branthwaite, Milad as well. Good luck. Not only he injured, he just signed a 5-year contract. Is he injured? Right, Jesus Christ. Awful start for you for the season then. Sky says that game featured everything good and bad about the modern game as well. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Tafsa said, where's the rival fans gone? 88th minute there, we're all forced, then ran crying. The tail between their legs, they gone crying to sleep as well. Yeah, probably Arsenal fans again. But look, the Chiesa and Mo Salah. Of course, who else but Mo Salah? It did look like he wasn't going to get his traditional opening day goal, but that goal, to be fair to him, was an outstanding goal. Towards the back end, of course, because he got onto the left, hitting it with his right foot as well. Who said Mo Salah didn't have a right foot? Because that was one hell of a goal with his right foot, of course. But look, we'll talk about stats and so on as well, and get your guys' thoughts, of course, because I don't have much time. Again, I've said 20 minutes, and hopefully I can get everything in within 20 minutes. But Haikon, thoughts on DM cover? It's vital to my opinion. Ryan is a big miss. Salah had a poor game. We need somebody to challenge him for his position. don't think Mo had a poor games so much. I think for a big period of time he was quiet a lot, but I think certainly in that first half Liverpool did target the left hand side quite a lot, and of course with Florian Wirtz now, I think there was a few times when Mo was in behind, and either Ekitike or Florian Wirtz didn't quite take the ball to him. And for me, I think that's something that they will learn. And of course, I think Mo Salah had a few chances, of course, but like I didn't think he had an awful game. I just think he was a bit quiet as well at times. But again, I think if we're going to talk all about the game, I think on an overall perspective, I thought Mo had a 7 out of 10 tonight anyway. But John still scored with his right foot as well. Yeah, true, 100%. Just need for him to have a rest now. And again, Salah is a phenomenal player as well. Yeah, of course he is. Hope that Racist was a season ticket to free one up. Again, it's not about that, of course, but again, it's great the fact the club went to the right measures as well, and obviously now he's been dealt with correctly as well. So of course you don't never want that, and yeah, it's shouldn't let one idiot destroy everything. But yeah. Got a minor hamstring injury, missing for a few games. Oh, there we go. Round relegation battle for you. I don't actually think Everton are going to be in a relegation battle. I think top, and I know this is going to sound awful from me, but top 10 finish for the Ev under Moyes. I think last season was it only Liverpool and City that only beat the Ev last season? I think top 10 finish for them at the Hill Dickinson. Again, I'll always take the piss out of that. It is Brownlee Moore, by the way. I think Flo will get used to the yeah, no, absolutely. But good result, Con. But our defense needs sorting out for sure as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it was Cal. Just imagine if we throw away. Anyway, but no, look. Obviously, looking at the stats then for the game, we will take a quick look, of course. You guys can see, but they obviously the goals. Semenyo getting 2 for Bournemouth, Liverpool. Obviously, Ekitike, Gakpo, Federico Chiesa, and of course Mohamed Salah as well. That will be a banging game tomorrow as well. By the way, Villa v Newcastle. Well, looking forward for that. But as you can see on the stats, as you guys can see, but they're an overall game. Liverpool had 61% possession, 2.15 for XG compared to 1.63. Liverpool 19 shots in total and 10 on target compared to 10 shots in total and 3 on target. So again, Liverpool only conceding 2 out of 3 shots on target, which, to be fair, I think for Bournemouth, obviously both of them were counter-attacks, and that is something, again, Liverpool have to sort out. It's something that we've suffered massively in pre-season. Arne Slot spoke about it massively in depth, and it's something we need to figure out because, again, you guys can see there, the first half, Liverpool creating chances, not conceding many, of course, total shots 6 and then 1 on target, but again, 2 big chances for them, and that's something that in another game, comparing to when we talk about, for example, Newcastle next week, Arsenal the week after, these teams will punish us, and that is something that Liverpool need to sort out, because if we don't, all right, Liverpool could end up scoring 4 in one game, but we'll also concede 5 or 6 because the transition, like we've seen this last season with Manchester City. Man City constantly conceded goals on the transition, and that is something that Liverpool need to sort out, because that punished City last season. City looked awful from their rest defense and having obviously the quick transitions. Again, teams battered City at times from that, and it was unlike Pep Guardiola's side. And look, Liverpool have had that even last season. Liverpool had that at times, and I think once we do have the midfield that we want, which I think is Gravenberch, McAllister, and Florian Wirtz, I think Dom Szoboszlai obviously will rotate with McAllister throughout the season. But I think in an overall perspective, Liverpool's best midfield 3 for the rest defense is that. I think it's Florian Wirtz, I think it's Ryan Gravenberch, and I do think it's Alexis McAllister if we're talking about what is Liverpool's best midfield 3. And I think as of things right now, of course, we haven't seen that. We've not seen that midfield throughout the entirety of pre-season, apart from no, it wasn't even against Atletico Bilbao. We saw obviously the midfield of Dom, Ryan, and Florian Flo, but we've never seen that midfield three of Maka, Grav, and Florian Wirtz, because Maka was injured pretty much throughout pre-season. And of course, we haven't been able to see that as of yet, of course. But look, as of things right now, that is something we need to work on 100%. And of course, defensively, like as Ryan mentioned a bit earlier on, Liverpool, when we talk about centre halves, I think it's essential that we get Mark Guéhi in, because Ibu needs that competition. Yes, it's fantastic that we've managed to get Giovanni Leone over. Of course, him getting announced before the game as well. Fantastic news about that. But look, Liverpool need to get Mark Guéhi, because he needs competition. Ibu needs competition. We need backup for him. Of course, obviously you can say, I'll play Joe Gomez. But of course, at the minute, Joe Gomez is backup right back because Conor Bradley's out injured. So as of things right now, Liverpool are suffering in a certain way. But, hopefully Liverpool will get that over the line before the transfer window closes. And I think as of things right now, it's needed, because I think, as you guys, some people already said it, big up Darrell's was saying Konate's done heads in Spain as well. I don't think it's in Spain as of yet, but look, after that performance, you look at it and go, what the hell's going on? Really. But yeah, it's 100% an area where Liverpool do need to act upon before the window closes. Leone is going to be a quality centre back for us. He has everything, in my opinion. 100% agree. 1000% agree. Con, did you see Mo Salah staying in club? Yeah, I did see. It was sad, but of course, we treat footballers as superheroes, and we do, and they are just regular human beings. Look, they are superheroes to us because, again, they are people that we idolize. But of course, when we talk about them being human beings, they are human beings. Look, they've lost one of their friends, they've lost a teammate, and again, tonight just showed again throughout the entirety of the game that, again, everyone is still thinking about Diogo Jota. We didn't see any photos or anything, but Diogo Jota's family was here tonight at Anfield, and that's something, again, that he will always be a part of this football club. And that's obviously a magical thing. And of course, remembering him again tonight was a magical thing. And of course, hopefully he was looking down, and obviously we got the winner, of course. But that's something that, again, we don't know the psychological impact it's had on the players. We don't know. Again, Andy Robertson was very close to him. Mo Salah was very close to him. We don't know how it's impacted these types of players. And look, to me and you, it was hard to take. For them, it was devastating, because they've been with him for so long. And again, Diogo Jota, I think people forget, Diogo Jota's been at the football club for 5+ years. So again, he is one of the staple players of the team as well. And of course, people will have their own ways to remember him. But look, for me personally, is Jota's misses was a huge impact on Liverpool's team, and we didn't know how people would react. And again, Mo Salah showing emotion shouldn't be something to get at as well. Again, him obviously taking in the Jota song again and showing emotion, again, allow the players to do that, because again, that's how they grieve, that's how people move on, unfortunately. And look, Mo Salah showing a bit of emotion, again, I'm all for it, because it shows his human element, again, not robotic then, let's say, as well. And like I said, in terms of dealing with it. But Chiesa did a Jota tonight off the bench as well. Yep, 100%. Keep him. That's what I'm going to say. Keep Federico Chiesa, because look, he can add an impact to Liverpool's team. Do not let him go Italy. Keep Federico Chiesa, because look, we need to keep him for the song, just alone. But of course, him playing, look, for me, he'll 100%. Will 100% be here to stay, in my opinion, anyway. But look, I know obviously Liverpool are looking to sell him before the window closes. But look, I am going to leave it there for tonight, guys. A big thank you for everyone for tuning in. Of course, personally, I haven't really spoke about him as much, but again, man of the match for me, Hugo Ekitike, thought he was phenomenal. Again, the link-up play, it'll get better through time, but again, getting a goal, getting an assist as well. Fantastic work from Hugo as well. Again, Hugo was boss tonight. But of course, obviously lots of things to discuss over the next couple of days. Of course, we'll be back live tomorrow. We'll probably talk a bit more about this game. Get your guys more thoughts on it. Look, of course, defensively, there is definitely work to be done. But of course, the Reds have beaten Bournemouth. And look, 3 points in the bank. And what a way to kickstart the defense of number 20 and hopefully the kickstart to number 21. Of course, anyway. But look, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Let me know your man of the matches down in the comments. And until next time, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the COP Council. I'll see you guys later on. Ta-ra.